Welcome to the Jump Out. This is your host, Doug, the Organic One, posted like a mailbox, moving like a tail fox that's on your ass for another great episode. And today, just like any other day, we black on this good third Thursday. So don't ask me why, but the third one always mean a little bit more. And so make sure y'all got them fits ready for third Sunday. This month, this moment is more than just enslavement awareness, more than the stereotypes, more than the watered down stories told by those who repeatedly attempt to jack our narrative. We are pioneers, engineers, educators, and guardians of the earth. From Moors to marches, to be truly black is to be Pan African, sync with the rhythm of the diaspora, every heartbeat echoing across continents and centuries. And when we get to talking about the diaspora, there's a group often left out of the spotlight when it comes to these type of talks, and that is the Black Indigenous people of America. And no matter how much they try to, wash that out, we were here, absolutely here before Columbus, and because of that washing, many of our lineages were rewritten or erased or swapped out for Europeans who had an extra $5 to spare. And if people don't get that reference or that joke, I'm referring to the $5 Indians who were Europeans who fraudulently claimed to be Native Americans for a small fee that gave them access to land and benefits that are strictly for Native Americans. And a lot of black millennials, or if you was in the mix, you happen to be that one in the black neighborhood growing up. You can remember if somebody was said, I got Indian in my family, that's serious grounds for getting roasted or laughed at, side eyed. But historically, that shame is engineered. Like that's literally residue of the so-called civilization schools, which is very ironic since Africans taught civility centuries before the Europeans weaponized it to the Europeans, and that so-called particular civilization mission wasn't about as evolution. It was federal erasure, and yeah, they stripped children from their families, moved them hundreds of miles away from their homes, stripped them of their traditional names, and shortened them for pet names and nicknames. And a lot of people really don't know, but that's why many of our indigenous ancestors or grandparents, they have these shortened, compounded names, and like Etta Mae, Willie Mae. Mine just so happened to be Lizzie Mae, and yeah, these are markers of the forced identity switch that occurred in the community, um, in these schools that they called civilization schools, or I can't even, yeah, in these schools, essentially they forbid them to speak their native language, punished their voices, made them leave from that regular tone of and switch to a more higher pitch, cut their hair, which is actually sacred, um, replace Native American garments with Americanized clothing or uniforms, and basically replace their religion. So land-based prayer, they was doing, Native Americans, they're more of the animism of the land. and they replaced that with mandatory Christianity, um, work, work camps, labor, drills for miscellaneous things that would ease assimilation, and basically made everything that they were naturally to be knocked down or humiliated for being their natural selves. And the system was clear in its intent, and the mission was kill the Indian, save the man, which was in their acclaimed attempt at civility, when they were taught way better ways of assimilation and culturally adapting. And generations later, we're still here untangling that loss of tongue, taste, time, and all of the things that were compiled in that culture. But as we always do, we survived, and not just survived. We remixed it, redefined it, and recharged it. Till their oppression couldn't keep us. And to this day, we still generate the standard of the culture in America. Like in like everyday life to the most popular culture, we dominate that, and we are the stars, polarizing, culture defining, from the swag of the walk to the cool in the talk to the twang in the sing. We're it, man. Like either no way around it. Like okay, we got Willie Mae, Big Mama Thornton. Some people are familiar with this name, but this is a black Native American woman who gave the world Hound Dog before Elvis ever shook a hip. Willie Mae, Big Mama Thornton, and she's from the times. I believe that was around the 20s. But yeah, look it up. Little Richard, the architect of rock and roll, built the blueprint they attempt to safeguard through genre sorting and award show categories. But historically, we are the prototypes, the source of everything that moves culture, even down to the heroes that shape the minds of adolescents and young kids. Like Stan Lee himself admitted, his characters were molded really by black people, black greatness. Though they rarely let the faces match the myth, but every so often they have to reset that theory, and it was never more prominent with the company on the edge of collapse, where Blade, starring Wesley Snipes, box office numbers completely saved the company from going bankrupt in 1996. And since the Blade trilogy ended in 2004, we haven't had another real box office smash depicting blackness, black heroism, until we got Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and Ryan Coogler's Black Panther. Like again, which delivered another company reviving revenue boom, after having a very weak year in 2017. So I feel like if we're good enough to save you in a crisis, as a superhero movie, if we're good enough to save you in a crisis, it obviously works better that we carry our own shine full time. So as we salute this third Thursday, don't get caught slipping on third Sunday, because Lizzie May never came to play. And remember, Black History ain't just a month, it's a multiverse. So big salute to Kyrie Irving, a light for the Black, Indigenous, and diaspora, a creator, an all-star, and a force of cultural progression globally. And we're superpowered superstars, and most importantly, we super black. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. This is another one. I'm your host, Doug, the Organic One, signing off for another one.